welcome to On a Mission, where we highlight community leaders making an impact both locally and nationwide. With me today, we have Stephanie Olson of the Set Me Free Project. She's doing amazing things. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate being invited.
Yes. Please do tell our viewers about your personal mission and what you've got going on.
So, my personal mission is really to through the work that I do to protect youth, to protect families, and the Set Me Free Project is all about stopping human trafficking before it starts by providing prevention education to all ages. So that is really what my heart is.
And it's so important to have that education. And you mentioned, Offset, that you do this in kind of a fun way. So can you
hmm
share with us how you make it fun? Such a dark
Absolutely. So,
topic.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, I think that it's important to recognize that this is already an extremely scary topic, right? Human trafficking is terrifying, and we're talking sex and labor trafficking. But when we are educating, it is important to come at that with a pedagogy mindset. So, how the learners are responding. And we know that learners respond well when there's humor, when there's interaction, and when there's engagement. And I think a lot of people really shied away from those kind of things with this topic. But what we say is we take our topic very seriously. We don't take ourselves seriously at all. And so the humor itself may not be on the subject of human trafficking, but all of those things that we're learning around that: social media safety, consent, responsibility, who's a trustworthy person. All of those things are a part of recognizing what human trafficking is and what it's not, and how to stay safe. And so we have really learned to do that in a fun way. And everything is about critical thinking for us. And so instead of telling you about human trafficking and what it is, we're asking you, what do you know? You tell us, and then we go from there.
I think that's an incredible way to teach and for people to learn and grasp the concepts, especially
Yeah.
kids at a young age.
Yeah.
I would love
Yeah.
for you to tell me, do you have any stories that
Mm.
of rescues or any stories that you can share with us?
You bet. So we don't do the recovery portion, and we don't do the restoration portion. We partner very closely with people who do, but we are very streamlined, focused on prevention. And so that is a difficult thing to collect data on. That's a difficult thing to determine. Have you made a difference? But there is a story that just means so much to me. We were in a school and we were talking to youth. Now, we used to do that all the time. We don't do that anymore. We really support others to do that through our curriculum. But we were actually in a school and we were talking to a group of eighth graders. And a young eighth grade boy approached us after the presentation. Now, it's important to tell you that the foundation of everything we teach is you have an incredible value. You have an intrinsic value that nobody can change, worth, human dignity. And he approached our trainer and said, "No one has ever told me that I have value. Can you tell me more about that?" And so she talked to him a little bit, and he disclosed to her that he was in an extremely abusive situation at home. He was now being abused by his sibling.
Mm.
And it was just a very tough place to be.
Wow.
And so, of course, in a situation like that, we have to report. And so we did all of the things that we needed to do. We supported him through that process. But then when we are done with that, usually that's it. We don't hear what happened because it's all under a very confidential, strict policy that we don't get to hear those things. But this young boy reached out to us, and it was about a month later, and he emailed us and said, I just want you to know I was removed from my home, and that was scary, but I am now safe for the first time in my life, and that's because of you.
Oh my gosh.
And
I have
it
full
was
body
amazing. And then
goosebumps.
a month later, he reached out and said, today's my birthday. I'm 14, and I want you to know I'm having a birthday because of you. And so
Wow.
that's why we do what we do.
Absolutely. Literally full body goosebumps right now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. And I love to hear it. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I wish we could talk
Yeah.
more, but unfortunately, our time is up here on a mission. Viewers, thank
Well,
you
thank
so
you.
much for tuning in. And if you want to hear more about Stephanie and all the things that she has going on, her information is at dailynewsnetwork.com. And we'd love for you to connect and see how you can implement the Set Me Free project in your organizations. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode of On a Mission.